Hello, welcome to WIP IT Sundays. The other guys will be on a little bit later. Ken's having a little technical trouble. They had to turn it off and not turn it back on again. So he should be back shortly. I've got some projects to work on in the meantime. Don's running a little late too. He got off work late. Needs to do some work on these alternate hands I've been working on for routing. Some Mr. Color Brown painting the hinges. After this dries, I'll dry brush some leather brown over top of it. Getting low on my leather brown. I got one bottle left of testers. I need to find something that's equivalent to it. Suck around out of that. Already pretty much out of Tester's Burnt Sienna, which is different from Pro Acryl's Burnt Sienna, which I don't like as much. More orangey. Probably too closer to real Burnt Sienna. That needs to back up on the shelf. 156. Have all my Mr. Color paints in numerical order. I have another original character I'm working on, Electroshock. I was really debating about using, swapped out the legs on this Nighthawk. It looks great. I love the build of the Vulcan body. This is a little bit too big for the character. But he's got black pants, gold boots. Actually got a pattern similar to this on his chest in black with gold stripes on each side and blue arms and gold gloves. GSP, good evening. Good evening, sir. Hi, everyone. Are you back?
Still.
I was debating about using this for another one of my original characters, but
for some reason I can't hear anything.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I can hear you, but you can't hear me. Weird.
Still trying to figure out my camera. Can you hear me? Hello.
I can hear you.
All right, I can hear you now.
Yeah. What I was saying while he's gone, I was like, another character I'm working on my characters. I was debating about using the Nighthawk with the Black Panther legs and gold boots from what's his face, Star Lord. It gets me close to what I want, but the problem is I think he's too big. It looks great though, the build. Actually, I think the Nighthawk looks better with the black pants and the gold boots. So I'm going to use the blur instead. My character's got a pattern very similar to this on his chest already. So I'm just use that. Mask that off and go from there. I'm going to take the knife and clean up their paint though. Get some fuzzy edges. Oh shit, you disappeared again. Didn't realize I was talking to myself. You disappeared again.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Are you though?
Well.
Or do you just think you're still here?
Well, that's possible.
Are you in a caffeine-induced fugue state?
I don't know what has changed. I haven't changed anything since the last time I was on.
Well, I got one stream where my camera settings went all wonky, and it was like all the contrast settings, the color settings, everything went down to 0 on the camera. And I didn't do any of that.
Well, this all... This all looks like it's set up right.
But is it?
I don't know.
No. I think that'll work.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It refuses to go to the OBS virtual camera. It acts like it's going to, and then it stops.
You might have to do a full reboot.
All right, I'll be back.
What I had to do to get this one working last time. Discler says, hello, everyone. Hello. It's not the most entertaining stuff to watch is masking, but it's part of it. I want to keep this zigzag pattern on the chest, which is perfect for what I want, the character I'm wanting to make. I'm actually going out from it too. I want to keep the yellow border. No stick. Oh, the stick in this little lower here. There were lows. Because Ben's is low.
We'll shoot this. It keeps defaulting to, like, I've got. Part of the problem is I might have too many cameras.
When you wouldn't.
I haven't changed anything since the last time I was on. But this is trying to default to the 3D scanner. It won't even go to my other yeah, it won't even go to my other visual camera. So I don't know what. I haven't changed the settings on anything. I don't know what's going on.
Gremlin for gremlin.
Yeah.
That time when all that wackiness with my shift key wouldn't work, Shift key works fine now. When I tried to type in my password, I couldn't even get into the computer because it says my password wasn't correct because the shift key wasn't working. And it's working fine now.
That's annoying.
Changed all the camera settings, so it went and basically took all the color and contrast settings and put everything to 0.
Yeah, it's like it wants to load it and then it refuses to load it. And everything looks now usually I can just load up and use my virtual camera, and that's all that it takes through OBS Studios. And it doesn't have StreamYard as a It's got Streamway, Strip Chat, whatever that is, Switchboard Live, Twitch, Steam, got a whole bunch of stuff. No StreamYard.
One of the most used streaming services.
Well, usually it just goes without having to go and do the stream option.
Yeah.
And it looks like it should be working on my end. Did they make some kind of change to StreamYard recently?
I think they did. I think they had like an error issue going on.
I'd say they still got an error issue going on. Well, I'll hang out here for a bit.
It's not got the warning on top of the StreamYard now. So, I don't know. I don't own the Garland Captain Cole.
Yeah.
So can't help you there. Well.
Alright, well, I'm going to mute myself while I cuss at my computer and try to troubleshoot this.
Well, what I can do too, since you're here, I can add you as an admin. That way you can watch the chat while I customize.
Wow. Okay.
That way, if that's cool with you. Go grab your email.
Yeah, I can do that some. I'm going to still try to figure out what's going on here, though.
Yeah. Maybe give you some more access to the StreamYard, too, if I make you an admin. I don't know. Maybe.
I can give it a try and see if it makes any difference.
Probably won't, but we'll try. Yeah, just sent the link to your email.
All right. I may have to rejoin. We'll see.
Yeah. I wanted to see if the head is a full head on like a half head or face. Sometimes they do. But, yeah, I don't have the figures. Sorry. Alright. Now, back to masking off the figure.
No, it's still not working. It's got it listed. It's got the OBS Studios listed on StreamYard as a source, but then it's not registering the source.
It's weird. Take the piece tape off. I've heard that noise in a long time.
What's that?
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, yeah.
That sounds like an old school, like, computer sound effect.
That's my totally real girlfriend who actually exists and doesn't live in Canada. I mean, you heard that she texted me, so now you know that she's real. That's irrefutable evidence.
I just heard a whoop whoop.
That I didn't make up. Do either of you guys own the McFarlane Captain Cold and know if the head is a full head? Like underneath the hood?
Yeah, I would assume that's what it means. I don't own it, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't own it either.
Sometimes they give you a full head under a hood, or sometimes they don't. So, don't know.
Yeah, I after the Batmobile debacle, I kind of gave up on McFarlane.
Yeah, they really screwed it up. But now you can every Batmobile you want is available.
Yeah, except for the '89 Batmobile with 2 seats.
Oh, 2 seats? No, yeah, they never made that one.
Because they didn't make it. They made a 1-seated '89 Batmobile, which is dumb because it totally had 2 seats.
Well, his vehicles are not 1/10 scale; they're 1/12 scale. Then he just mixed the interior 1-seater to fit a 1/10 scale figure. I don't know why, but that's what he does.
He should have made it big enough to fit 2. If you look at it, it should be a little bit wider than it is anyway.
That's what I just said. The cars are 1/10 scale.
But it
1/12 scale, I mean.
It should have been wider anyway.
Yeah.
That's why the proportion for the cockpit always looked too tall, because it wasn't wide enough.
I bought the ramen toy kits to fix the cockpit.
Yeah, it makes it look a lot better.
Yeah. I never did install them yet. They're still in the box. And then hell, the 89 car is still in the box.
I think I might have found an alternative for Power Girl legs. Captain Marvel Photon that came with the Doctor Doom. Just replaced the feet with Moonstone feet.
Yeah, definitely work. White Rabbit has bare legs as well, and she's got boot swivels. You just have to find the boots that'll work.
It says he's trying to make a cloth good Flash villain from the Farlight bless me. McFarlane line. Trying Captain Boomerang and Cold. Harder to find stuff to make Cold.
Yeah, that's one of the back of Mattel when they did Captain Cold. They screwed him up. They made him way too small. They admit they screwed up too when they did it. He's out of scale with the rest of the line.
So he fits in with your Marvel Legends.
No, Mattel. Back in the day. The old DC Universe Classic line.
Okay.
Like
So he's just tiny.
Yeah, they screwed up with Big Barda too. They made Big Barda the size of a regular female, and the factory screwed up when they didn't explain to the factory. This lady is 7 foot tall. She is supposed to be big. You shrunk her down.
He asks if the White Rabbit's thighs are as thick though.
Yeah, they're a lot smaller legs. If you're using like a Moonstone, they're shaped more like the older female legs, the thinner ones.
That is why she's called Big Barda.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they didn't communicate with the factory properly, because they always resize the prototypes when they get back in the time. They would actually have hand sculpt prototypes and they'd resize them. Nobody explained to the factory. He's like, no, she's supposed to be that big. So they just made her like in scale through the rest of the line. She's this 7 foot tall woman. If you collected the DC Icons line from DC Collectibles or DC Direct, whatever they were calling themselves at the time, the true 6-inch scale, that Barda actually fits with them since they're smaller.
Yeah, that was before I was able to collect stuff because my ex-wife wouldn't let me have anything or enjoy life. Yeah.
Hmm.
Looking to make a custom DC female powerhouse character for a stop motion power wrestling show I'm eventually going to do. That sounds like fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be maybe they updated some settings with Chrome.
Could be.
So how do I set program permissions through Chrome?
Hey. I'm using Firefox. Stuff just works in Firefox. Even if code is wrong, it will still work in Firefox. Good evening, Bart.
Says custom bar to use either Savage, She-Hulk, or McFarlane DC Wonder Woman figure would fit well. Well, I have the settings in Chrome set to allow my camera. I have all the settings in OBS have not changed from when it was working.
Or have they?
It has the OBS virtual camera listed as a source. However, when I try to switch to it, it fails to switch. In fact, it always switches back to the same incorrect camera. It will never switch to any of the other cameras. That's StreamYard doing that.
Do you have Firefox?
Nope. I don't.
It's working fine for me right now.
Well, I don't think it's the camera setup. I think it's StreamYard changed something.
That's what I'm saying with Firefox. It's working fine for me. What I'm trying to say.
Son of a Crown Slayer says, "Hey now."
Hello, hello. Crayon Slayer.
I think that's a Marine, isn't it? A Crown Slayer. That they joke about Marines eating crowns.
That they do.
I guess if you're hungry enough.
Oh, it's cute. One of those a couple weeks ago where this girl was like, "My dog ate 96 crayons. What am I going to do? My dog ate 96 crayons." The few, the proud, the Marines. I had a bunch of Marines that reacted to that, and they were laughing at it.
He said, "Yep, his dad's a jarhead." Well, tell him thanks for his service.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Are you going to carve a design for his outfit, or are you changing the articulation?
I'm just actually using the same pattern on the chest, the black. I'm actually just masked it off where I got a little border yellow. So I'm going to actually put some clear coat over top of it to seal in the masking tape for a paint black over top of that. Then it'll be airbrush blue over top of that.
I tried to use the Tamashi Nation or whatever it is matte finish stuff over that sticky spray paint.
Yeah. It worked.
And at first I thought that it worked, but then when I went to go and reassemble the figure and that squishy plastic, the rubber part on the Adam Strong body smooshed, it just smooshed the entire paint job.
This is what I'm going for.
Left cracks in it, and the undercoat of that red spray paint, which I think is like Krylon, it was still not cured. So I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'm pretty unhappy about it.
Yeah. I get tickled. I get questions on my videos. Somebody just asked what gold paint I used on the creases. It's like I say the paint in the video, Mister Metallic 217 rough gold.
Son of a Granny Slayer says the elephant custom is great work.
Yeah, it's a mammoth, but thank you.
I mean, it's just a hairy elephant.
I had a really cool statement from one of the guys that commenting on that video. I love the idea of it, like the OG head that you made before I changed the character design. That's the golden age Bruton, and the new head is the modern age,
like the more primitive.
Yeah. Well, like the old comic books, like golden age, silver age, modern age.
I gotcha. So it looks more classic.
Yeah.
Son of a Crown Slayer, I don't think there's a big enough difference between a mammoth and a elephant to be too cranky about it.
Oh, I'm not. Now you're an elephant?
No, I just got a haircut. It was time. I was getting pretty shaky.
Well, you were a mammoth.
Yeah.
Or Bigfoot.
I'm starting to look like Jesus.
Taking a clear coat and going over the edges of the tape, so when it keeps the next color from, normally I would like take like a black or something, or yellow or whatever, but I'm using the clear coat, which it will seep underneath the tape some, but when I do the next color, that won't seep.
Yeah, I'm going to try to update OBS Studio and see if that makes any difference.
Reminds me, I need to get the
Nope.
Bruton packed up and ready to ship out. He goes to my friend Eric.
Yeah, it's a StreamYard issue. So I don't know.
Nope. No, you don't have it. Maybe try installing Firefox.
I don't have space on my computer. More stuff.
It ain't that big.
You know, that it doesn't have to do with how big the program is. It has to do with how little space I got on my computer. I sent you those pictures of those things to see if they look good for the legs and arms. I think I got your response on the arms, but I didn't get a response on the legs. So
I did get a response on give you a response on the legs.
I did. It's not showing up as you haven't sent me a message. No, just you put a heart on it.
Yeah.
It didn't register that it's actually being a message. All right. I think I'm going to get off of here. See if I can focus on figuring out what the deal is.
Those boots there.
Yeah.
Yep, I like them. They look good.
Okay.
That way I can. Plus, they're made to fit for a female leg. Now I can scale them to any female using that.
Yeah.
That way
there's kind of a cup area at the top that's open.
Mm-hmm.
More than I would like, but in order to avoid that, you'd have to shave off a lot of the leg in order to fit it on. So see where the leg ends.
Yep.
So maybe before you make a final decision, think about that. See if that's something that you want changed.
Yeah, the I see it there. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They come up to her knee.
You come up to her knee.
Well, if we drop it down a little bit,
to the middle of the calf.
Oh well, not that far down. Just basically
where the top seam is currently.
Where this little, somewhere around right there.
Okay. All right.
That would avoid that hitting that spot.
Next time I'm not frustrated with my computer, I'll get on and do that and get them uploaded for you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, you guys have a good night. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, no worries. I wouldn't. I was just being silly. This side. Our brush. I can hit that with some black. After that dries, then mask the rest of it off with the when I hit the blue, I want to hit the spots I don't want blue. Keep that black. That dries, though, I'll brush the edging on the black first. Wish these had the newer hips and swap out the legs, but these are the older hard plastic hips. I'm going to go ahead and use these Falcon shoulders too. They're actually bigger than a standard Sunfire shoulder. Actually look better proportioned. These shoulders on Sunfire mold is kind of puny looking normally. Undersized, which makes them look low. If you put the bigger shoulders on, it looks better. Hey, Middle Luna. Take some of the material off the hinge, the disc hinge. Canon was having technical problems with the computer. He just left right when you came on. Don had to work late, so he may or may not be on. Not a show if I don't drop stuff on the floor. Now, drop at least 5 things every time I sit down at the bench. Yes, I'm going to be painting these metallic blue. First black, then metallic blue. Yeah, trying to scrape that off first. I'm going to smooth them first before I do that. After rough grinding them with sandpaper bits, I do the stone polishing bits. They smooth out the parts where it's dribbled down. Nice smooth finish on it after the rough grind. These things are slick. And I will bring it up. I got one laying here anyway. Emphasize, if you have a Vulcan base body, there's so many bad tutorials out there about telling you to clip these, shorten these down to increase the range of movement. Don't do that, because that's part of the structure of the shoulder of a Vulcan. If you do that, your butterfly joint will flex down. That's what holds your butterfly joint in at the top. So don't cut these. I have a tutorial on the channel, actually, the proper way to increase the range of movement on the Vulcan torso. Yeah, the track that snaps into, you just basically lengthen it front to back. Injection point. Would you know anyone that might redesign the upper chest of a Marvel Select Immortal Hulk to add butterfly joints? Not right off. That's a major endeavor there. Much like the Marvel Legends Hulk, only more so. Yeah. It would be nice to have a replacement torso for that. Seems like be a cool project of one of these KO companies that make upgrades to figures. Take that project on. Of course, if they do that, I wouldn't mind seeing them upgrade the figure too to have bigger biceps. It seems like Marvel Select always makes the Hulk's biceps too small. The Hulk, he should have big arms. Be cool to see if the company that's doing the unofficial pit figure uses that to give us a Hulk on that body. I would totally buy that. Or I'm sorry, not Hulk. A totally a orc or something or whatever it is. It's not the Hulk. A lot of people are using those orc figures to make Hulks off of them. I don't like those. I'm not saying they're terrible customs. I think the body is a terrible choice for a Hulk. It's too small. That was the problem with Marvel Legends for the longest time. They kept making the Hulk too damn small. They'll make other hulking characters before they come out with the 90th anniversary Hulk body. Every Hulk was way too small. Ready to be hit with some black paint. And I'm going to go ahead and do the waist in black. Oh, that'd be great for JSP's wanting us to make the Immortal Hulk into a World Breaker Hulk. That'd be awesome. The good thing about the 80th anniversary Hulk is you can buy those KOs cheap and use those for customs, and I've used quite a bit for customs. Perfect. Come on. Didn't have any glue near the bottom, but they apparently glued the top pretty well. There we go. Didn't want to keep that yellow ball joints. And so now, plus I can get the paint under here. Thank you very much. welcome to the channel. Now I'm going to do this tip with black. I'm going to actually swap it with the entire lower waist on this one, legs and all. They really glued this one. You got so much glue, it's actually hanging out the seam. It's gonna be a little more difficult to crack. I had to heat this up in some water, get the legs, pop the legs off, and get them out of the way. Yeah. Leverage is the reason why I use it. This is dull as to me. I use it for basically like a wedge. This thing is old. It's actually safer to use this than to use the hobby knife. Yeah, I'm going to heat it up so it can soften up. It'll help soften up the glue too. Hello, BK. It wasn't so big, that's why I was very tempted to use this for what I'm working on, the character I'm working on. Just makes them too big. I do like the addition of on the Nighthawk that's swapping his legs out, because his legs are purple with black boots, blue, or dark blue, where we. Yep. I actually like the black a lot better. but the gold matches the boots on the head. Actually, I like that a lot better. Havoc on the Deadpool with Hydra Bob. That's the Let me get this pop open now. There it goes. We'll have to re-sculpt the bottom on this one. This took way more prying than I want it to. Snap ring plier is definitely a must. Your tool set. We're going smoothing this back out. That's off. Sometimes they put a little bit of glue on these things. Sometimes they way over glue, which is fun if you don't ever want to come apart. Which that's what their whole point is, putting these things in the factory. But yeah, when I'm trying to get them apart, I wish they were a little easier. Hey, Sif. Stuff I worked on I couldn't stream. I did a tiny bit of paint, but then mostly sealing the heads with matte clear. Yeah, after the stream, I was gonna go to my airbrush station and hit some parts with some paint. Don't have a camera in there, and only one on here. You can't really lead the stream. But the heads you're working on looking really good, man. That can go in back into here. Still warm enough. No, they cooled down too much. There we go. Perfect. Have a little gap after drum it down, fill up after flip back in place. Not bad. Probably should go ahead and take these apart. Arms need to be blue. It looks so much better than the original design. One little change like that can make a world of difference on the figure. Just changes. We'll swap his legs out to black and the gold boots. Like it's so much more. Need to do cape though, because the cape sucks. That is an awful cape. I think we've got spoiled on soft good capes. on this go blue. The blue I got picked out for it is Mr. Metallic Color 204. See if I managed to make a more poor financial decisions. I found a Super Sons 2-pack for $450. Man, that's the cheapest I've ever seen that set go for. Nice score. Is that in the package or loose? That beautiful metallic blue. Open but in package. Nice. I wish I kept the packaging in mind. Yeah, this paint is gorgeous. It's gonna look real nice when I airbrush over the black on the upper body. That'll go together, back together nicely. The boots will be gold. Need a belt. I wonder if a Vulcan belt would fit. Don't have one close by, but I bet it's the shape I want. I just have to get rid of the X off of it. I think it will fit. Got another custom working on for a friend of mine. He's doing his own comic. He's going to be launching his own comic, and I'm making his character. The collar go away. He needs a hood, and I got like sculpt the mask around the eyes. Get rid of all the gold off the body. Start stripping off on this side. And then I've got put his logo on. Or we make a water slide disc decal. I don't know if I'll stick with this cape, but let me go with soft goods. I think an airbrush and a pop-up table booth is going to be my next investment. Dude, it's nice. I gotta clean mine out. I do suggest when you use your airbrush table, put paper down in it, because mine's a mess right now. I gotta clean it up. The paint starts to get on the walls. Yep. I like it. Getting close to finishing these hands up. I need to paint the fingernails. I can stand another coat of wash too. No. Clean paper towel. Paper towel that will work. Forgot to bring a fresh roll of paper towels, and I ran out the other day. Okay. Blue, black, then blue. These will go blue. And I can let it dry a little bit. Oh, that's just such a pretty color. Oh, that goes on just gorgeous. Worked up that black. That's one thing I like with this Mr. Metallic too. It bonds really well to the plastic. Where on most instances you don't have to even prep anything. This is one of my villains I have in my roster of characters. The electroshock. And he is a psychopath. I do this crazy thing with my villains. They are villains just because they're villains. No tragic backstory. Make you feel bad for them. Sometimes bad people are bad people. Like in the old days, yep. The only thing I'm gonna miss about the windowless boxes is the good dry brush paper that you got. Much better. Needed the extra wash on there to darken them up. Add some shading to it. It's one method I use for the sanding burrs, that when it's a little bit of heat, melts it away. seems like a modern comics anymore, and they make the villains more likable than the heroes. Put together, put one. There are no villains, only heroes and anti-heroes. Yep. That's Sony definitely don't get that. They try to turn every one of it's failed every time except for the moderate success they had with Venom. They try to make all the villains anti-heroes. So just make them villains. It's fine. It's all right to have bad guys. Old paintbrush I broke. Broke it a long time ago. I glued it and I left it in the paint cleaner too long the other day, and the glue broke loose. That's one of my favorite ones to dry brush with. Dragged out paintbrush. And I glued it before I've learned the secret of the baking soda. So it should be stronger this time. You mix super glue and baking soda, it's like concrete. Makes it bond quicker too. That's already hard. A little bit of peel. There we go. Back together. Reunited. Yeah, I don't think Sif was being literal for that. The popularity is what he's talking about. They've been anti-heroes before, but they weren't as popular. The popularity of anti-heroes picked up after Venom. I guess Deadpool as well. Right. Yep, that's why I figured you a bit Super Life. He was basically the catalyst of triggering more and more villains into heroes, anti-heroes type things. Of course, You know, there's like a lot of parallels between comics and old school wrestling. I haven't watched wrestling forever, but you'd have the heel turn. You'd have your heroes. Some of the heroes would take a heel turn and be a bad guy for a while, and vice versa. And the bad guys become a good guy for a while, back and forth. Oh, same way. Like a pro wrestling when the heel becomes popular. Exactly. We're all on the same page, I believe. Well, we just crossed the 2-hour mark, and I think that's going to call it a night. We will have the WIP IT show this Thursday. Hopefully the rest of the guys be up. They'll join in then. Everybody in the chat, thank you for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. It always makes customizing fun, and you'll be able to chat for everybody and answer questions if you have them. So anyway, we'll catch you this Thursday. Have a good one.